Everyone is you pushed out. This one principle by Neville Goddard will absolutely transform the way that you go about all of your relationships. Every single person that you are experiencing in your reality right now is your mirror. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you a couple of practical examples of how you can become aware of this principle constantly working in the background of your life, and so that you can use it to actually enhance your relationships and change certain things about your own character and about your external reality. So let's get right into it. The people in your life that are there right now are not there by coincidence. The people who have left your life did not leave by coincidence. And the people who are going to make their way into your life in the future are not just going to come by coincidence. This entire dance of people coming in and leaving and staying, this is not happening randomly. It happens because on a deeper level, on a deeper energetic level, there's some sort of resonance between you and everybody in your life. No matter how insignificant a role someone in your life is playing, even if it's just like a coworker that maybe you say hi to every now and then, they're there in your reality for a particular reason. Now, this reason doesn't have to be necessarily so deep, but there is an energetic connection there. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there. So first, when we're going deeper into this principle, we just have to realize every single person is there and they are mirroring back to us something about ourselves. Maybe it's a belief that we hold to be true about ourselves or the world. Maybe it's a certain quality that we possess. Maybe it's a certain behavior. You can learn a lot from the people that are in your reality once you start becoming aware of this principle and start practicing it. So for that reason, I want to give you certain examples today of how this principle is constantly working in your background and how you can start to become more and more aware of what people are reflecting back to you and how you can change certain things within so that people behave differently. People react to you differently. People treat you differently. Okay? So for the purpose of this video and for this principle, you have to change one thing about your behavior before we even can have any success with this principle. Usually, right, like when someone treats you a certain way or you have a certain interaction in the outside world, you behave and you try to fix things on the outside. So if something happens outside, you try to fix it outside. With this principle, instead of trying to fix something that's wrong outside, you go to the source, which is within your internal reality. What is causing maybe a particular person to not give you the respect that you want or the love that you want? Okay, so instead of trying to create changes in the external reality directly, what we do is we go within and we try to become aware of the answer of why is this particular circumstance occurring in my life right now? And what changes can I make internally that can create that external change that I desire? Okay, so let's get right into the examples. So the first scenario that I've came up with is people not treating you the way that you'd like to be treated. And this one I wanted to mention first because this is something that a lot of us go through. I definitely did in my life earlier on, and sometimes still do. So people not maybe giving you the same respect that you desire or that you give them, or people not having that sort of appreciation for you that you'd like, or someone actually just outright treating you poorly and, maybe even treating you in a demeaning manner. Whatever that is, try to think of one person in your life right now that doesn't treat you the way that you want to be treated. Maybe it's your parents, maybe it's your partner, maybe it's one of your friends, maybe it's one of your coworkers. Really get a sense of what you want from this person and how they're actually treating you right now. So let's say that they don't give you any respect. Okay? Now you have to ask yourself, you have to go within. Right? Rather than trying to make them respect you on the outside, go within. Because them not giving you a respect is a sort of a reflection of maybe you not giving yourself any respect. Or you having a belief within that you are not worthy of respect. Ask yourself, if you went through any phase in your life where, something happened and it caused you to make a definition about your own worth, of your own self-value. And how do you actually believe yourself to be? What is your relationship to yourself? Do you respect yourself? These are all questions you really have to ask. And this is why we say going within, because this is, instead of like looking at the external behavior of this person not giving me respect, we're actually going to the cause of like, okay, what is causing this external reflection? And that external reflection is often caused by those things, by those definitions and beliefs that we build about our own self. So in a case of someone not respecting you, it is almost always about how you respect yourself or how you don't respect yourself. So ask yourself, not on a surface level. On a surface level, everybody's like, yeah, I love myself, but not really. Is that really true, you think? Go deeper. Actually ask yourself the difficult questions. And sometimes, in my coaching work with my clients, I even help them ask negative questions. Questions as in, why do I hate myself? Why am I not worthy of success? Now you might be saying, like, why would I ask myself those questions? And that those questions might just already bring up anxiety for you. But see, those are the questions when we face our negative side. But those are the questions that you ask yourself where all of that negative stuff, all of those negative answers to that question that you low-key believe to be true inside, unconsciously, they come to the surface. So once you start to ask yourself, why am I not worthy of respect? And just, be open to anything that comes up, you'll start to see certain beliefs about, certain definitions that you created, like why you don't deserve respect. And these aren't things that you think on a daily basis, but they're there. And you're like, whoa, where did that come from? Or maybe you have a memory, like a flashback from the past, and it was a time where you felt very disrespected. And that actually is like still sticking with you. And like that's a correlation that you made, that this is why I don't deserve respect, or this is why I'm not worthy. So whenever someone's not treating you the way that you'd like to be treated in the external world, always go within and ask yourself, what is my relationship to myself? How do I actually believe myself to be? What are my beliefs about myself? And ask yourself the difficult questions if you're really up for this and if you really want to go deep. Why am I not worthy of success? Why am I not worthy of love? Why do I hate myself? Why do I not deserve respect? You can just sit down and just, write on a piece of paper and write down all the reasons that come up. Like for the purpose of this practice, actually go in with it like you're looking for reasons why you're not worthy and everything, and actually write them down. After you do the exercise, you can like burn the piece of paper or whatever, you can disregard it, but like it's very important to become aware that you have these definitions about yourself. Otherwise they will continue working in the background, and that's not doing you any good. So that was example number one. When someone's not treating you the way that you want to be treated, it's almost always mirroring back to you your belief or multiple beliefs about your own lack of self-worth. You not giving yourself any respect and you not treating yourself well. So you have to really go deep and get real with yourself. What am I believing to be true about myself? Why am I experiencing this internally, which is causing this external reflection? Now, example number two is when someone is acting hostile towards you, when someone's actually trying to cause you problems on purpose. When you come across certain people that are just constantly causing problems in your life, and it almost seems like they're like actually trying to get in your way, purposely trying to get in your way. When you encounter a person like that in your life, ask yourself, what energy that you're resonating. How do you behave? What about you is attracting this person into your life? what sort of resonance do you have with this person in your life? Whenever there's a person that is very hostile in your reality, it is almost always mirroring back to you a certain provocative quality of your own. So ask yourself, do you intentionally or unintentionally cause other people problems? Do you create friction in any sort of way for other people? Are you always challenging other people in some way whatsoever? Because the person who you're being bothered by is mirroring back to you a quality which you are most likely also bothering someone else with unknowingly. So this is where you have to, again, go within and ask yourself the questions like, am I behaving this way to someone else? Am I causing someone else problems, friction? And once you start to learn that about your own nature, you'll start to make that connection with this person outside that's being hostile. In the book Tufti the Priestess by Vadim Zilin, Vadim said it very simply. He was like, in order to not have people threaten you, stop threatening others. In order for people to, if you want people to stop, giving you certain fears and whatnot, just stop causing that for other people. Almost always, what you're causing other people is what you are experiencing in your own reality, but you're just like not creating the connection. If you made the connection, you would stop creating that for somebody else. But oftentimes we just are completely oblivious to our own nature, and then we are just being provoked by the people who have similar behaviors as us. So go within and really see what of your own nature is creating this external reflection. Example number 3 is if people are always talking behind your back. And this is something that I've seen, throughout my life, where other people were constantly around me just complaining, how this person talks behind my back, or this person said this behind my back. Whereas I would witness the same people who would complain that people are talking behind their back, talk behind other people's back, or those same people's back. So here again, it's almost like your behaviors, the way you behave to other people and what you cause other people, are the same things you end up experiencing. And you just don't create that connection that like this is what is causing it, because you don't think that like reality works like this. Whereas in truth, reality is a holistic system. Whatever you do, you reap the reward for, reap the consequence of. So if people are talking behind your back, ask yourself, are you talking behind people's back? It's almost always only those people who talk behind other people's back who are really paranoid about other people doing the same to them. And they're the ones who experience this because it's a direct mirror reflection. You can't escape this. So this is just plain and simple. If you want people to stop talking behind your back, stop talking behind other people's back. When I was on my meditation retreat a couple of weeks ago, I read this beautiful quote. It said that loyalty begins where convenience ends. It's very convenient to talk behind other people's back, even if it's your friends. It's very convenient to joke about them in a very nonchalant manner. But is that really loyal? Everybody wants loyalty, but are you being the exemplification of loyalty? If you are, well, it will naturally be mirrored back to you by other people also giving you loyalty. However, if you're just being kind of careless and you're just choosing convenience over loyalty when it comes to your friends, then they'll do the same to you. Now, example number 4, while on the topic of loyalty, people not being loyal to you. Not in terms where it's like, oh, they're just talking behind your back, but rather they're just not, maybe people are just leaving you, or they're not valuing you. They're always choosing other people over you. And this is a constant theme in actual romantic relationships where people constantly experience they're just get dumped or left randomly. So if this is happening in your life, you have to ask yourself, what are you harboring within? Again, this can also just be a worth issue, self-worth, where you don't believe you're worthy to be with a particular person or be friends with a particular person. Or this also goes back to the thoughts that you constantly think when you are in a relationship, or even not in a relationship, just like a friendship, what are the certain thoughts that you have about the person? Are you constantly thinking of the other person in a way where it's like, I might lose them, where it's like constantly coming from fear, that they're too good for me? I'm not worthy of a person like this, of a friend like this. Those fears end up becoming externalized, and that energy actually repels people from you. And so you'll almost always see that people who are experiencing other people not being loyal to them or being left all the time are the ones who harbor these fears the greatest. And even when they get into new relationships, they get into it with the energy of like, okay, this time I gotta secure it. This time I gotta act amazing. This time I gotta, So all that energy just goes towards acting inauthentic and trying to just secure the other person. Whereas it's a complete waste of energy. Not only that, but also your fears become externalized and manifested in physical reality. And reality just mirrors back to you your own beliefs and lack of self-worth, your own fears in other people leaving you. They become materialized as those other people leaving you. Because this sort of negative energy, when you're always coming from this negative energy of trying to like secure the other person's approval or making sure that you're good enough for somebody else and acting inauthentic in the process of doing that, it's a very negative sort of repelling energy. When you're actually just like radiating self-love, when you actually have that sort of relationship with yourself where you just feel good about yourself and you don't need anybody to love you for you to love yourself, that is a sort of attracting energy. And that does wonders. And that's why people are always attracted to that and they, naturally stay. You don't have to do anything because in that moment, you are being your authentic self. You're not being a needy person. You're just being a giver of love, of energy. So people are very naturally attracted to that. However, the opposite is very needy and repelling. So in this case, ask yourself, what energy are you radiating always in your relationships? Are you very needy or are you just loving? Are you harboring those fears and constantly contemplating them in your mind? Or are you secure by yourself? Are you just being yourself and allowing whoever comes and goes to come and go? This is very crucial to go within to find the source of that external behavior, of that external circumstance. I absolutely love this mirror principle, and I know you do too. So if you want me to make more videos on the Everyone is You Pushed Out principle by Neville Goddard, or even the mirror reality principle from Reality Transurfing, give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comment section below, and what aspect of this mirror reality principle do you want me to elaborate on in further videos. I'm probably just gonna make a series about it, okay? But other than that, I just want to quickly mention that I am opening up enrollments for my one-on-one coaching program. If you want to master yourself, master your reality, and manifest your desired reality at a consistent pace, at an accelerated pace, click the link in the description box below and schedule a free consult with me, okay? But other than that, subscribe to the channel and I will see you in the next video.